took a road trip to Washington State where I visited Pike's Place Fish Market in Seattle. That was really neat. If you ever visit Seattle, I highly recommend stopping by Pike's Place Fish Market. They have such a wide selection of seafood. I picked up some fresh, local wild king salmon, which I'll cook on the beach. This was such a beautiful trail. The weather was just perfect. It was probably about 60 degrees and quite humid, but it didn't bother me. The overcast was pretty heavy, and the ocean air just was absolutely beautiful. I just rode my bike around the trail all day, or all afternoon, I should say, and I probably could have done it longer if I didn't have to get back to the Airbnb I was staying at. There was hardly anybody there, which was surprising, although the location is a little bit remote, so I guess that's probably why. I had to be a little bit conscientious of what I packed because obviously it had to fit in my pannier and bags that I have on my bike. But it wasn't that hard. This recipe is super simple, and that's actually one of my favorite things about it. It's really easy to make the salmon on the beach. There's the salmon, and all you need is some Applewood, one of those backpacker stoves that I have, and a little pot like that. That's a Snow Peak titanium backpacker's pot. I put the Applewood on the bottom, and here I'm putting the fuel canister on the stove. It's important to know and follow all fire rules when cooking outdoors. It will vary by region and park. It can also vary by time of year and weather conditions. Your best bet is to check with the officials. The rules that I saw at this park was that there were no fires allowed within 100 feet of the dunes behind me, and that they couldn't be larger than 4 by 4 feet. I'm not even sure if the smoke in the pot is considered a fire, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Please be responsible and don't start wildfires. This seasoning is really excellent. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I'll put it in the description. It's local to Washington State and it's Cajun style. Works really well on fish. Parchment paper bags come in really handy. I'm going to put the fish in there and put that right on top of the wood. Be sure to use the right wood. Don't use treated wood. I got my wood from the barbecue section at a home improvement store. I'm putting the Cajun seasoning right in the bag with the fish and tossing it around. After seasoning, I removed the fish from the plastic bag and put it in the parchment paper bag. I probably should have cut it in half. It was kind of big, but it still fit. Be sure to put about 2 to 3 inches of water in the pot or the wood will catch on fire. And as I mentioned earlier, follow all rules regarding cooking outside. So I put the fish right on top of the soaked wood. I'll let it cook for about a half hour. If you like your fish well done, you might want to cook it for about 40 minutes. What I really like about this recipe is that it's super easy and you can just sit back and relax. The aroma of the smoke is very pleasant, especially with the ocean air. This is about 20 minutes in. It needs about another 10 minutes or so. There's something about cooking outdoors when you couple that with an activity like cycling or hiking. It makes the activity an adventure. I feel very immersed in the environment when I cook outside. I forgot to bring a plate, so I just had to put the fish on the lid of the pot. But it worked, and that's how a backpacker would do it. It was definitely the best fish I had in a long time, although it doesn't look that presentable in the lid of that pot. I filled the pot with water to make sure the wood wasn't smoking anymore and put it back in my bag. I cleaned everything up and made sure I left no trace behind. I pushed my bike back up on the dunes where the trail is. The Discovery Trail in Long Beach, Washington is no doubt a 10 out of 10. I rode my bike back into town where I was parked, and it's a quiet little quaint town with very nice people. I even saw a rainbow as I was leaving. Thank you so much for watching, and like and subscribe if you would like to see more outdoor cooking videos.